Evening guys, just at the end of a shift here now. We're opening up an outdoor pursuit centre and that's what it's all about, but I just thought I'd have a walk about. I was thinking today as I was busy, obviously not too busy to think, could I survive here? And how long could I survive here? So we're just going to take a walk about the site and do a quick look at what there is to eat instantly. There is water here which I could boil. It's not perfect. There's quite a lot of all sorts in it really that would give you tummy bugs, but I could boil that. So I've got a supply of water on site, but what could I instantly eat? So let's have a quick look around and see what we can see what we can find. First thing I come across is I'll try and not get the sun on this camera, you'll go blind, is yellow gorse heads. Now there's not a lot about at this time of year, but it's readily available. It's food. The pheasant eat this, and blackberries. You'll find them in their guzzards most of the year round, and it's a nutty flavour. I'm not going to eat everything today. Like a grassy flavour, grassy nutty flavour. Not good in my opinion for putting into food to flavour it up, but just the same, it would keep you going, it would keep your stomach full, it would give you some nutrition, and it would help you get through a problem. Let's move amongst on. The things, we're only 10 seconds down the road and we're already coming across thistle. Thistle and blackberry. You know, we've got young heads coming here. They make a good tea, they're edible, they make a good salad, and later on in the year, very soon actually, they'll start to get blackberries on them, so they'll start to fruit. So, you know, straight away we're into food. There's quite a bit in here, it's quite rich. You know, if we picked it carefully, it would last, even this one area would last a while. Good old thistle. Thistle, prickly, but what you do is you peel it basically, and use the centre like celery, not celery. So another 2 edibles, and as I say, there is quite a bit in this very small area really. I'm just looking around to see there's no nettles or more yellow on the gorse there. Yeah, a gorse can tend to flower at any time of season, so it can be an all-round crop. Not very palatable, but edible, and keep you alive. As I say, there's some more blackberry down here. That is, it's flowering, so it's not far off fruiting. We're in mid-July, yeah, mid-July at the moment, so not far away from having fruit. I can't see much more in there, but anyway, as I say, it's only 20 yards down the road, so let's move on. First show a dandelion. Dandelion is fully edible. These are edible. They say they're nicely battered, but I assure you they're not. I'd rather a battered sausage, and I haven't got any flour, even though we can, although not now, as you see the grass seeds coming out, we can gather grass seed and grind it up to make flour. But the root of the dandelion, when roasted, will make a sort of coffee. Don't expect it to taste like Nescafe or instant, but let's keep going and see what else we can find. There's certainly already, in the space of 150 meters, enough variety and crop to live on without yet looking for meat. We haven't looked for rabbit yet, and there's plenty on here. So let's move on. We have a lot of fern here, and I watched a survivalist, and I can't think of his name offhand. If I find it, I'll put it in the description. But he was taking the tops off new fern. He said the triangular ones. So I'm in research on that. And what he was doing is he was boiling them up in a cup and he was eating them salad-like. No, like cabbage-like. So I'm going to look into that and explore that area a bit more, because as you can see, we are inundated with fern. I'd always say at this time that probably one of the most important thing in your bug out bags is a couple of books. You know, it takes a lifetime to learn how to live like a Zulu or an Australian. I don't mean an Australian, I mean an Aborigine. You know, these skills are handed down. So, you know, books and reference manuals, light ones, box of, hide them in your garden. Let me move out of the sun. Hide them in your garden and do whatever you've got to do. But take them with you, because it's easier than rubbing it on yourself, trying it in your mouth and all the usual stuff to test. These are a bit dry, but let's not turn away from rabbit droppings. We can see here that what a rabbit will do, because it hasn't got double stomach. That's been through twice. That's been through a smaller rabbit once. And see the difference? What they'll do is re-eat it. Well, we can use it for fuel, but we can also eat it. Not that I want to right now, as I think you can understand. Don't call me Bear Grylls. I won't do this stuff unless I have to. But as I say, we're starting to pick up in just a few minutes enough crop to certainly to sustain one man forever here. You know, with water, we're starting to pick up food. We pick it wisely, we use it sparingly, we diet our calories, and we make sure it all works. So let's, here we are in front of an elderberry wine, elderflower wine, readily available. Flowers aren't brilliant, but as I say, they do make a good wine. They do make a good wine. And to be honest, the ability to make wine and have some of your life back again isn't a bad idea. So, you know, in your bug out area, you could say throw a few wine making bits of kit, and because that's here. We haven't got the sugar. I don't know how we'd achieve that, but it's possible. Let's take another bit of a walk. It's just down here. That's a lot here. More gorse yellow, more blackberry. Not so much dandelion, but a bit. But the good old hawthorn behind me here. Hawthorn berries, edible leaves. You know, this is, we've just done 5 minutes, 10 minutes at the most. And we found an area that we could feed off for a very, very, very long time without hunting and trapping at the moment. You wouldn't find much nutrition in what we've found so far, but let's move on and have a look. Moving on, we're only 15 minutes into it now, and behind me is pine. I think we all know the value of pine in many ways. We can make all sorts from pine, glue. We can make tea out of the needles. It's quite edible. You can actually live off the bark. I haven't tried grinding it up and see what I can make of it, but I would if I was stuck here for a year. But here we are. Some branches that are broken off. Excuse me. You know, pine needles, pine needle tea, dropped in, boiled, nutritious, vitamin C, quite what we want. Well, here we are back at home. I edited that video and decided that I needed a haircut, so I give myself one as I got out of the shower. I'll do a video on that, actually, and let you see how I do it. But anyway, well, next time I cut it. Anyway, I continued on through the woods. I thought I'd not put it on this video, otherwise I'd make it too long. So I continued through the woods, and on the same themes, the secret of surviving the place, and especially, you know, we're looking at it in the summer at the moment, but what about the winter? But I came across beech trees, sweet chestnut, horse chestnut for soap, not edible. The nuts are not edible, or the kernels are not edible. Ramsons, horseradish, you know, the beech and the sweet chestnut are autumn food, you know, so, you know, we're starting to think further rather than live on just meat. But actually, you know, on the land there are rabbits to trap, a lot of them, as I said, in the other parts. There are a lot of pheasant, wildlife birds. There's a long-eared owl, barn owl, I wouldn't eat them. Kestrel, can't eat them. Well, don't know, if you were surviving you might. There's the mice, the oodles of small birds and stuff we could trap for a snack. And so on and so forth. There's plentiful, you know, in our British climate, and I'm sure in the US climate it's the same. Well, I know it's the same. So as I say, it was just a walk through and just to see, you know, quite often we don't go and examine our own area, you know, we're looking at videos and we're out and about in little snippets, but just take a walk through the woods with the view in mind. Can I survive in here indefinitely and or on a piece of ground? Am I allowed to? Is it going to be a covert situation where I've got to hide? So on and so forth, like giving yourself a haircut. If you are in a war environment or where someone's invading your country, you don't want to be caught, but at the same time you want to blend in. Knowing how to cut your own hair is not a bad idea, although the way I cut it with clippers might be a little difficult, even though I can alter my clippers to 12 volt and plug it into a car battery. But things like that, you know, can I survive? Can I go into town? I am about 2 miles from a beach as well, so I've got coastal survival, which is easy, and we'll do a video on that as well, all in the one area, just to see how we cope if we had to take our families and a few buddies and live until the crisis was finished. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. This is Pete at Survival and Bushcraft signing out at home, going to relax with a bottle of wine, which is not elderflower, saying please don't forget to subscribe.